Hey guys, so I'm down here trying to level out my X-Carve. Um, I got this here fancy level. That light is really bright. I'm gonna have to go and adjust that guy. The place is a mess. Ugh. Hopefully that'll work out. Yeah, it looks like the image is better. So I got this sweet little level, bubble level, electric level. Amazon wasn't too terribly expensive. So I saw this little trick on a YouTube video. A guy used a setup something like this. This is actually mine from work. And then he used a piece of plexiglass, which this thing keeps on getting dirty. Anyways, took that, put her in the center, swooped it, and I figured, oh, my tilt on my X was off pretty bad. Then here's another thing. I took this guy, put on this Y rail, and I got a number. Came on over here to the other rail. Got a number. That one's actually really stinking close from being level, so I'd actually like that. So what's going on here is there's a twist. In my Y, there's a twist. So I was like, great. I actually noticed that when I was running my X back and forth from here to here. It was on point right here, and then as I came on over here, it actually lifted off the plastic as I moved things really slow. So here's an issue I got. I kind of just slapped this table all together really quick in a million different pieces, but something to just keep in mind, I guess, is that, well, some stuff isn't even quite right. I'm looking between right here and the rail, and there is a gap, which isn't good. Anyways, my table I slapped together was not square at all. And then I popped wheels on it to move it out here, and actually had a 220 outlet right here. Tore that 220 outlet, put two of these guys in, that way I can run a circuit breaker cord to run the machine, the engraver, to run the computer, and to run the desktop. Basically just use the one outlet for that only. The other outlet I use to go outside and run like the vacuum. I'll run, actually no, the vacuum for this, I'll run off the other outlet. It goes right outside. The other outlet, so like this one will run the whole computer CNC machine system, and the other one will run the vacuum outside. The other side will run everything else I need to use while this guy's running. That way if I end up popping a breaker, it doesn't mess this up. I've had that happen a couple times, and it won't happen again now. This is only a mess because, well, I just actually brought in some wood from a guy who was giving some away. Crafted by Ray. Gave me some sweet little acorns he was doing. There's my taxidermy shop. At the same time, it needs to be cleaned up. Haven't had a whole lot of time to really do this, between trying to get this thing all figured out and just life in general. It's also kind of a mess because I had to take some of this wall off to even run a cord all the way up into there. So now it's going to get even worse because I need to take all this stuff off. And I'm going to leave the machine here, but I need to reconstruct my table. How am I going to do that? I don't really quite know. What I'm wanting to do is maybe run one longer 2x4 the whole entire length, kind of like I have down here. There's an entire 2x4, but do the entire outside 2x4, then more of them on the inside, and then do legs. But legs need to be, you know, precise, unlike right now, so there's no unevenness and no twisting or anything going on. But I would also like my table to be able to, it's sitting like this, collapse down and be kind of like put on wheels so I can roll it outside. Like I said, the place is kind of a mess. Roll it right outside, and I would like that to be almost like a French door system so I can bring other stuff in. But I don't know. I was thinking something like this table right here. This bottom lifts up, and these legs fold in on each other. Away you go. I'm thinking kind of like the same concept with this guy. But yeah, just because I slapped this guy together, wasn't really thinking about anything being level. It's kind of screwed me over in the end. And actually, when I put this thing together, it was actually on the bench back there when I put it all together. Yeah, so probably get some 2x4s. Make sure they're all nice and perfectly squared up every which little way we can go. And then maybe even on top of that, put some plywood on top of it. And then really brace that puppy up good. And then worry about indicating it in and everything. So thought I'd throw that out there for people that needed help, I guess. And I'm making a cabinet for this thing, I guess, so it can kind of keep all of its dust contained. And this area is really full of dust right now because I haven't had it up yet and really only got 2 sides up, so work in progress.